Like say the vice is ego, then you learn about, how can I get rid of my ego, and then you have to apply it.
Like, what is that stopping you from? It's like, okay, maybe because I go to the bars, I might be winning at the girl game. What other games are there? And usually those are the short-term games you're winning, right? Those short-term pleasures and those short-term things, those are the short-term games you're winning. But the long-term games that are more important, you're fucking losing at. Like the income stability, fostering meaningful relationships. If you're one of those party guys all the time, then you're losing at the long-term game, you're winning at the short-term. If you don't want to be a loser, you gotta decide what you want to win at and just fucking grind.
And if you're not putting in the action, there's the losers that say they want to be a winner, but they don't put in the actions, they don't put in the results. The big thing you mentioned there was recognizing the vice, and then you should learn how to tackle the vice. I looked at, Ego is the Enemy, the book I read. It's not enough just to read it, but I started, the guy tattooed Ego is the Enemy on his arm in the book. But I'm doing it Post-it notes, and I'm just trying to, apply it more, get it more into my subconscious. So you have to have the learning around what the vice is. There's two types of vices. There's the ones that are everyday life, and there's the ones that are more ingrained in who we are as people. Do you think? There's the ones eating bad, and there's the ones that's in our minds.
That's almost not a nature versus nurture thing, but that's more of learned behaviors that have become embedded in us, and then there's a lot of things that surround these subjects.
Examples for me personally, I would say I had ego in the past. I'm going to acknowledge and continue to acknowledge that I had an ego in the past.
But I don't think it's possible to get rid of your ego. I think it's more of the way I've heard it, there's more of a way to recognize it and understand when it's becoming more detrimental, because our ego keeps us alive. It learns. There is some mechanisms that are destructive. I think it's when an unchecked ego is the enemy.